Do you want to be emotionless? You cannot. That would be you dying and coming back as a zombie. The reason why one would ask this question is you are emotionally not in control of yourself, as a result of which some of the emotions end up making you feel captive or making you a captive to certain situations, people, or relationships. And it happens a lot. You're stuck in a pattern because of certain emotions. It could be the same job, the same relationship dynamics, the same friendships, the same hurt, the same pain. And all these things are not benefiting you in any way you would call progress. What do you need to do? Step 1. You need to evaluate and break down what is it that you do or are doing that gets you in trouble, for which you blame certain emotions in you. Sit down and really see before your eyes what happens, where you make the mistake, how this person takes advantage of you if there is a person involved. What moment is it in which you go from being strong, knowing, and sure to confused, weak, and gullible? Really walk through the moments in your mind. I was fine until this point, this part of the conversation, until they said this. Whatever they said becomes the trigger to your vulnerability, making you lose control. That's the point you need to find. Another example could be, I was feeling great, working, focused, happy, and then this happened. Whatever happened, change your mood for worse. Second thing you need to ask is, how often does this happen? Is it actually a pattern? If you do this with enough honesty and self-reflection, you'd be able to see where you are messing up or how the other party, knowingly or unknowingly, makes you mess up. Step 2. Acknowledge whatever you find out as real concerns. These are not to be ignored, put in a box to be dealt with later. No, whoever you are, these things are affecting you on a daily, semi-daily, weekly basis. They are real and live with you. These are to be taken care of. If it is anything serious you have found out, and by serious I mean it deals with abuse, manipulation, pattern of emotional addiction which somebody takes advantage of, sexual vulnerabilities somebody knows and uses to disturb your mental stability. Anything, take care of it right now. But again, make sure you apply this on people with whom you see a pattern of emotional manipulation of your vulnerabilities or your over-emotionfulness. Breaking apart from these people will empower your decision making, or at least it will start a new trend in your life of cutting people off, which is one of the stipulations in the definition of growing up. Step 3. Recognize in short sentences your weaknesses or emotional vulnerabilities you have acknowledged. Let's say you trust people too easily and they turn out to be somebody else, which usually ends up hurting you. What does that mean? You are a poor judge of character. Say this to yourself every time you meet a new person. Fuck this, I'm not going to judge them, not going to say this is a great person based on my first impression of this guy, girl, man, superman. Don't give a shit. I will reserve my judgment until I have enough data. Whatever you are selling, good looks, money, success, degrees, you can shove them right up your ass. I don't know you as a person. You are a poor judge of character. Let's take another situation. You want to impress whoever you meet all the time. That's the dominant instinct in you. You want that so much that you try to over-impress people, and when that doesn't happen, you don't feel that great about yourself. You find yourself thinking about it a lot and you start forming high opinions about them just to justify the need that you need to impress them. You can't let go. Actually, letting go doesn't even cross your mind. You are needy, and your neediness gets you mixed up with people who are jerks, because that's what you essentially attract. I want to be liked by them. Clearly, they must be awesome. They are not. You probably aren't either. There's a chance you end up hurting people, because once you have their approval and they seem normal, you go off chasing new people to want to be liked by them. You either didn't get the right amount of love or approval growing up, or too much of it. Whichever the case, go to therapy and work on yourself. There are billions of people in this world. There is always going to be a seemingly more cool person to impress. You are going to die trying to do that, but the people are not going to end. Settle with giving yourself approval by setting goals and achieving them. Condense whatever your excessive emotional strands are into simple narratives. Needy, bad judge of character, too caring, savior or hero complex, Mr. Fixer. With these 3 steps, you can at least make yourself aware of your weaknesses or your vulnerabilities. These are the very things clever people are going to be using to manipulate you. These are also the things that will contribute to self-harm, reduce self-esteem, and bad moods, spoiling your entire day. I hope this video helped. If you have any problem, you can message me on Instagram at Mensutra and I will make sure to make a video on it. Thank you for watching, and never forget, you are awesome.